What's up, you guys? Tamim from Tamim Tech Reviews here with iPhone 15 Pro Max cinematic mode 4K 30. Let me know what you think in the comments below, how it looks. How's the dynamic range look? Should be a little better this year. Yesterday I unboxed it, went to Chicago with it. You know, I didn't have it at 100% battery yet, so I can't really attest to the battery life just yet, but I did have to charge it before or on the way back from home from Chicago. So but then again, it was at 80% since about 4 a.m. or something. So I mean, now I can put it to the test. It's what is it? It's 7:51 right now. We're at 100% battery. Taking my dog to the dog park so he can have fun with his friends. Yeah, so overall, just my experience with it yesterday, I want to say if you have the iPhone 14 Pro Max, the only three differences that you're going to notice are the USB-C, obviously, and the capability of USB 3.2, or just 3 speeds, 10 gigabits of transfer speeds. Also, obviously, the camera, 5x telephoto zoom, and digital zoom looks a lot better now. It go up to 25 digital zoom, and USB-C battery life, and obviously the titanium body. If you're coming from the iPhone 14 Pro, those are the only differences you're really gonna notice. You'll be excited to get your 15, yeah, but after playing with it for a little bit, you're gonna realize the only differences really is how much lighter it is, which is like 10%. It's not that much lighter, but it's definitely lighter and you can feel it. The telephoto lens and USB-C. Other software differences is that it's capable of the next generation portrait mode. So when you're taking a selfie or any photo that involves an animal, a human, or even an object, if you tap on it while you're taking the photo, it'll automatically detect depth data and create a depth map. So you can later on, when you're editing photos, make it the portrait mode. And when I tried this with the selfie, I clicked on the live button on the top left and you enable portrait. It took a minute maybe, or a couple of seconds, somewhere in between that frame of 1 second to 60 seconds for it to create that portrait. It ended up looking pretty good. I'll show you examples later on in the video of photos and videos, and I'm gonna be comparing it to the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which I have in my pocket right here. So here's the iPhone 14 Pro Max, deep purple, that I had. And there's some cinematic things right there. Test the focus on cinematic mode. And it's pretty quick, and this is the front-facing camera. The rear-facing camera has LiDAR to help with autofocus, but the front obviously does pretty well too. So let me stop talking. My dog's ready to go to the dog park, do some comparison videos, and I hope you enjoy this video. Here's cinematic mode on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Just a quick example here. I noticed it's a lot brighter on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, but the sky looks a little more blown out. So there's a comparison between the 14 and the 15. So this is backlit 4K 30, iPhone 15 Pro Max, and 15 Pro Max See how it does with that sunlight behind me. That's a dynamic range. Now the sun's in front of me. It's a dynamic range look on both. Alright, 4K 60 in the front. Sun's on me. Now backlit. How's the audio between both of these? 4K 60 front facing camera. We got 4K 60 on the front. That's a dynamic range. Looks to be a little more, they look about the same. A little less flaring against the sun on the 15. Not much, but that orb is a little smaller. How's a detail look? Is it sharpened on the 15 still? Let's zoom in 2 times. 3 times, and then 5 times. You can really see how that lens makes a difference. And unlike the 14, the 15 Pro can go 4K 60 in all lenses. So you can change between 0.5, 1, 2, and 5. And you can zoom all the way in up to 15. You can only zoom all the way up to 6 times on this camera. Cinematic mode 3 times. iPhone 14 has optical 3. This is digital in the 15. Obvious differences I can see already in the viewfinder. So I drop it back to 1. Do continuous zoom. And then 14 it stays at 3. 4K 60 again, horizontal. Following my dog around. 2 times, 3 times, 5 times. You can see how that lens switched. Still smooth in between lenses. You can go all the way up to ultra wide now in 4K 60, and then all the way up to 5, ultra wide, 5, 2, 5. So you can see that change in quality. We go from 2 to 5, 5, and 2. Because 2 is cropping on the lens, the sensor I mean. Let me know in the comments what you think below. We go to 1, 2, 3, and 5. So quick update. Cinematic mode, iPhone 15 Pro Max. The battery is at 85%, and it's now 9 o'clock. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Of the video quality. Cinematic mode 4K 30. iPhone 15 Pro Max is like 85%, and it's now 9 o'clock. Let's see how it keeps going throughout the day. And here's video at 4K 30 without cinematic mode. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer cinematic mode, or is 4K 30 good enough? Even though the front-facing camera doesn't have that much bokeh, but you know what you think in the comments below. Alright, I really like cinematic mode, so I'm going to keep using it. So I think at f5.6 it looks pretty natural. If you have it like at 1.8 or anything below 5.6 to me. the bokeh effect looks a little more unnatural, but 5.6 is like the sweet spot for me. So I'll update again. I just got back in the car. 82% where we're at, and it's now 9:03. The phone's been off the charger since 7:30. Been using the camera a lot, taking lots of videos in 4K, pictures. So max brightness because I'm out in the daylight right now. So 82%, pretty good. 15 or the 14 Pro Max is already at 62%. And it's been at like around 95%. I mean, I didn't use it and there's no SIM card in it right now, and it's already at 62% after taking videos and photos. And the battery health on this went down to 88%, which is pretty bad. But one thing that I found with the internal differences with using the camera is 4K 60, you can now use the ultra wide camera and switch between those lenses, where before you couldn't use the ultra wide. If you were using 4K 60, you can only do the main lens and a telephoto lens, but you couldn't go back down to the ultra wide for some reason. Now you can go down to the ultra wide while using 4K 60, which is pretty cool. And also you'll notice in video you can zoom in a lot more. I think it's up to 15 times, I believe, and the photo is up to 25 times. We're on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and you can go up to 6 times in video, which is very low, and in photo you can only go up to 15 times. And I will post the samples. I probably already saw the samples. I'm not really sure how I'm going to edit this video when I'm done with it, but nonetheless, the print on the bench that you're going to see, or did see, it was more legible on the 15 Pro Max because the digital zoom is a little better, especially in daylight. In low light, obviously things might get a little grainy, and we'll see that test here in a little bit as the day goes on. But so far, 15 Pro Max is doing pretty good with battery life. It's doing pretty good with the photos and videos. I'm pretty happy. 3 times, obviously it's going to be a crop on the sensor, and it doesn't look terrible. In cinematic mode, you'll see the example, or did see the example, that 3 times cinematic probably look a little more better on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, since that's an optical lens. And on the 15 Pro Max, that was a digital zoom. So nonetheless, it's still doing a pretty good job. I gotta take my baby home now so he can eat his breakfast, and then go to Best Buy, get some screen protectors, because this is collecting a lot of lint right now. But nonetheless, since there's no screen protector on here yet, and just in case, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is doing pretty good. No glass scratches I see. And I'm gonna do a quick clip of the 15 Pro Max out of its case, since I have this 14 next to me, to show you guys what that looks like in sunlight like this. So this is the 15 Pro Max in titanium, and do we see any smudges on here? There's no discoloration really right here, and I'm able to do macro right now as I switch to the ultra wide doing 4K 30, since yeah, you can't do 60 on the 14 Pro Max unless you start it at the ultra wide. But the titanium's holding up pretty good. I mean, I've had a case around it, and I kind of want to rock this without a case, but at the same time, I'm worried about the durability of the titanium, given some videos I've seen. But here's what the 15 Pro Max looks like out the case. It's very light compared to the 14 Pro Max. 10% lighter, but you can definitely feel it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the color and what color you guys got if you did upgrade to the 15 Pro Max. Yo, I'm back. So we got my dog right here, Loki. He's ready to go home and eat. We're at 79%. It's now 9:20. Just giving constant updates so you guys know how this battery does throughout the entire day. So yeah, 79% battery. I had something I was gonna say, but I forgot. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. I guess I'm just updating the battery over here. Oh yeah, ProRes. That's right. 4K 60 ProRes can only be done if you have a external SSD hooked up. I found that out in other videos, and I found that out right now, just trying to see what ProRes might look, what ProRes might look like at 4K 60, and you can't do that unless you have an external SSD connected. Cool. Anyway, gonna go to the crib right now, shower, get ready for the day, go to Best Buy, get these screen protectors on here, me and my fiance, and keep updating you guys as the day goes on. This might be entirely shot on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, so not sure if I'm gonna get my Sony A6400 out and just kind of vlog. I'm not really much of a vlogger like that. Insecurities. But anyway, I don't know. I still like carrying around big. It's not even a big camera, but the big lens makes it seem like it's a big camera with that Sigma 16mm that I typically use for my videos. So I don't know. Maybe I might finally suck it up and go into vlog mode, because that's what you got to do if you want to be a famous YouTuber. Start a small channel. Which, by the way, if you're liking this content so far, please subscribe. Hit that like button if you like what you're seeing so far. Not do it for me, do it for my dog. Just kidding. Well, yeah, he wants you to subscribe so that way he can get some monetized goodies, as in getting monetized from this video so I can buy him some goodies. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the video. I'm gonna go get ready and head to Best Buy and get the screen protector on, because I don't like how this lens is building up on the screen, especially this dog fur. This guy keeps shedding. All right, catch you in the next clip. So this is the ESR 3-in-1 wireless charger with Creo Boost, which means it has a fan built in to keep the phone cool while it's wireless charging. I have a hunch that my iPhone 14 Pro Max was probably getting too hot wireless charging, maybe. It doesn't really get hot with the cable. So I'm gonna hopefully have better results with this. Although I do enjoy my Anchor MagSafe stand over here. I think it doesn't have a built-in fan. Maybe the phone got a little hot from wireless charging or from the heat in the summer. I'm not exactly sure, but we're gonna unbox this and hopefully it does the job. Plus it's cool that it comes with the Apple Watch charger here. And you can also charge your AirPods, looks like, on the stand. All right, so let's see how this turns out. The end result should basically look like this. A little extra wire, but hopefully the back closes and we're good to go. Guess there's a USB thing here for the plugins. USB-C and A. Just had breakfast at Brothers. If you live in Northwest Indiana, you gotta check it out. Best waffles in town. Battery life is at 60-some%. So far, so good. Let me know about that dynamic range. Off to Best Buy now. At Best Buy. Too bad you can't pause the video to flip the camera like the Galaxies, but flip it over and then, yeah, no pausing in between videos though. Time to protect our screens. Whoop, whoop. All right, little update. We're at 56% and it's 12:34. About 4 hours and 47 minutes of screen on time. Not bad, not bad at all. An hour and 31 minutes come from the home and lock screen, so must be the always on display. Best Buy was good. They got our screen protectors on pretty well. We complained about a bubble, and they got a squeegee out and fix it up for us. So shout out to the Geek Squad for helping us out with that. Phones got their screens protected because we got to protect our devices. Even if you got Apple Care, still got, you know, to protect it because it takes time to get it fixed if it's broken anyway. So now I'm going to test out this ESR 3-in-1 charging station and see how that works. Since I still have my iPhone 14 Pro Max, because my trading kit didn't get here yet, going to be using that as a little testing device, and you guys can check out what that looks like when it's all set up. So let me get that ready. So we got the AirPods light indicator here. AirPods are charging. It seems this is only activated when there's a phone detected on it. And I think it turns off when it's done charging. I'm not sure how it knows or if there's a limit, but I'm gonna take it off. The fan goes off, the light comes off, I put it on. It detects there's a phone on there, the light comes on, the fan comes on, and it starts charging. It's not noticeably loud. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's not too bad. Here it is with everything on it. Apple Watch charging, phone charging, AirPods light indicator to tell me that it's charging. So I'm gonna take this off so I don't cheat with the battery life of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And then the light's gonna come off and the fan goes off. Pretty cool. 30, we can use all the lenses. There's 2x. There's 5. So a little update as I'm walking low-key. It is 2:14. We're at 44% battery. And it looks like, I think maybe streaming lossless audio through Apple Music has been taking a hit on battery life. Because when I look up my battery usage, it says Apple Music has been taking up a lot of the usage while driving and playing Apple Music. So be mindful that streaming lossless audio means a hit on battery life, because it does take a lot of data to stream it while driving. So that will take a hit on battery life. So if you want to save battery life, if you're using Apple Music, don't stream lossless, and you might see some better battery life there. Kind of makes me want to go back to Spotify, but I do like Apple Music's new interface, so yeah. Right now I'm using the ultra wide camera, so that way, since I can't pause the video, I can just flip it around here and talk to you guys, even though I can't see myself. So probably at 43% now since I'm recording. A little hot outside today, 78 degrees. So yeah. So update, I'm gonna walk the doggo. And since we're at 4K 30, we can use all the lenses. There's 2x, there's 5. While we're out here, we can test out action mode at 60 frames per second. Go for a run. Here's an example of shooting in log. It should reduce the sharpness that Apple tends to do for their videos. So you're gonna see a very flat image. And then some color corrections should make it look pretty good and maintain a lot of high dynamic range. So this is what log looks like. 4K 30. Ultra wide. See how my skin tones look. Yeah. A little bit of One Piece. I'm probably taking a nap. We're at 36%. 3 o'clock p.m. About 5 hours screen on time. Apple Music took a big hit on battery. So take note of that. $6.10. We're at 20%. Dinner time. Loki. Good boy.
Yes.
Have you ever seen him have an experience?
Yes.
Sit.
In the kitchen, his eyes was
Sit.
black. Immediately went to his room.
Sit.
Started crying and said,
Speak.
"Stop."
What do you think's going on?
Speak.
It's like somebody's in him. I don't know how
Boy.
to explain it. It wasn't.
Oh, dropped it. Get out of here. Trying too much.
So you think whatever she's influencing,
Yes.
what experiences
Sit.
have you known from?
Sit.
Around 3 in the
Speak.
morning, I woke up to him screaming in the face.
Catch.
What do you say?
Nice bat toss.
Get up. What the f*** are you doing sleeping? And I immediately jumped out of bed.
Sit.
You sure you weren't dreaming?
Speak.
Mhm.
Was it a voice you recognized?
It was just a deep voice.
Nice catch.
A man's voice.
Give this video a like if you like Loki's catch with his mouth. Really don't know if we're gonna make it here, but it's 6:33. We got 18% battery. I'm not gonna use low power mode just for the sake of seeing how this phone does. But we are starting to get into low light here. You see the sun is setting behind me. The video quality looks really good. I had the aperture set to 5.6 because it looks a little more realistic. Obviously, the hair cut out a little unnatural. Or it's not. Getting all my curls look faded, but looks okay. Front-facing camera, cinematic mode, 4K 30. Because yeah, and my dog's pooping. Gotta go. And let's do 4K 60. Walking the dog again. How's that dynamic range look? Looks pretty good to me. From what I'm seeing, this is almost exactly what I'm seeing in real life. So it's pretty good. And we can now switch at the wide angle lens at 4K 60. So I have to pause the video and I can just flip over and do an actual vlog. How's the stabilization? I really won't know how this looks until I'm done recording it since it's the rear facing camera. But if you have an Apple Watch, you can go to the camera remote and actually look at the viewfinder on there. Fun fact. So we're probably at 17-16% at this point. Hopefully it lasts till like bedtime, which is like 10 o'clock for me. So I'll keep you guys posted and keep walking my dog. Let's test that 5X. And then 2 times. Crop it on the lens. Come on, baby. Now let's look at that tree over there at 5X. Ooh, boy. Having trouble focusing in low light. It's not really focusing. I don't know if it's because it's low light. Maybe do a low light, but still not bad. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted in the next clip. Hey, he likes going on walks too. Jedi. Come on, buddy. Little family walk. It's now nighttime. Low light video. The orbs are still present, despite the lens coating that they advertised. This is the main camera. 1X, 2X, 5X. Some orbs from the moon. A lot of noise with the 5X camera. To be expected since it's a smaller sensor, but your best bet is 1X. And there's still lots of green little orbs going on that Apple did not fix. Why? Super wide angle. Still better than telephoto. No light. 1X is your best bet. Looks clean, less green on the main lens. I don't know if we'll make it to bedtime. It's 7:21 and we're at 8%. If I keep using this camera, I don't know if it's gonna last that long. Apple Music held me back from probably making it till 10 o'clock, but it's probably gonna die in the next hour or so, since I'm not using power saving mode. But let me know what you think in the comments below of the battery life of what I'm getting so far. I mean, I'll post my screen on time, but it should be around the 6.5 hour, 7 hour range. And that's with streaming lossless and high-res. Actually, high-res lossless audio was streaming too, using 5G while driving. I know it's only working with audio DACs, but probably streaming that killed the battery too. So I imagine if I was using something like YouTube Music or Spotify, where the high quality AAC at 256 kilobits, probably would have been better. But you live and you learn. Probably day 2 might be a little better, so I'll probably be in the office, not streaming music. So I'll probably see a lot better battery life tomorrow when I'm at work, because I'm not really on my phone at all at work. It's mainly my iPad is my secondary device with my office computer. So I imagine battery life tomorrow is going to be phenomenal, because I'll be barely using my phone, and I'll be streaming music, but this time just at high quality, not lossless, for the sake of battery life. That's probably what's always been killing my music, or my battery, since using Apple Music, switching over from Spotify, since I like Apple Music's new interface, and you can crossfade music, and you have lossless audio quality. So when I use my PreSonus amp and audio box, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to actually stream that high-res lossless with certain songs. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of this video so far. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button if you like this content. Okay, so obviously I didn't finish that clip in that, or my day in the life with that last clip that you saw at night, but nonetheless, the iPhone 15 Pro Max did finish with a battery or a screen on time of, let's see, go back to my photos. Screen on time of 7 hours and 52 minutes. That's not bad. And the battery life was at, pretty much it died at about that time. It died at around pretty much 8 o'clock. You got 7 hours and 42 minutes of screen on time. Not bad. Like I said in that video, there was a lot of streaming of Apple lossless and high-res lossless, and that consumed a lot of data and required a lot of energy, which therefore made the battery life die quicker. But as of lately, I'm now on probably day 11 with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the battery life has been fine from 6 a.m. till nighttime, depending how I use it. I always finish the day with about 10%, 20% battery life. So it's not bad. I can't complain. It's been a really good experience, and I really hope you liked this video, and it was really helpful for you if you were deciding to buy an iPhone 15 Pro Max, coming from any other phone really, especially the iPhone 14 Pro Max, since I did compare it with that phone in this day in the life video. I'm trying to get better at these day in life videos. I wish I had more time to take more time into editing it, making like a little fancy like other big YouTubers. Not trying to be exactly like them, but that's kind of like the vision that I have for my videos. But I just don't have the time to try to create it in that style that I would ideally like to have for my videos for you guys. But nonetheless, what's important is the content anyway, and if it's helpful to you guys. So if it's helpful, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that bell icon, subscribe for more. This is Team Tech Reviews. See you in the next one. Peace.